Hi guys, so I'm gonna do a quick little intro that I normally don't do, but I decided halfway through this is gonna be Freeform Friday, so it's working with the Pirouette, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But I just want to make mention I might seem a little frazzled in the video, a little hectic. I assure you it's totally normal. As you can see, this finished product looks really great, but we have a little struggle in there, guys. And then, yeah, so I mean, that's it. I don't know, but let's get started, okay? I just wanted to forewarn y'all, all right? Let's get to it. Hi, guys. So today I'm going to try out the new LDRS pattern creator, Pirouette pattern creator, whatever it is that they want to call it. I probably should have checked that before I started. You know, I just jump in, guys. So I picked this up recently on HSN during craft day. I believe they're still available, and it's an auto ship. I don't know if the auto ship option is still available, but I'll have the links in the description box, which will be affiliate links, which means I would make a small commission if you were to purchase items through those links. So this is the Love and Laughter Pirouette creator. Let me move this down because I want to see. There we go. Pirouette pattern templates. There's 4 templates in here. We have the die that kind of, you know, well, I always say kind of, that coordinates back to the stamps that it completely coordinates back, not kind of, it does. And then these are the stamps that it comes with. So what you're supposed to do is with all these little pretties is put them on your stamping platform, whatever it is that you like to use, in a certain way that'll have you making like a pirouette, a circular pattern, right? And we'll see if it, you know, something like this. I was gonna say, it doesn't really have to look circular at the end. It's just, that's just how it is, but there you go. But basically you're making a circle. So, full disclosure, I have not watched Angie's video. She's the owner there of LDRS, her little darling rubber stamp company. It used to be that long name in the past. And I used to collect all kinds of her stamps and things. So, it has information here to create a spiral design, so it's a little bit different. It looks more pokey. I mean, I guess it depends on what you use. To create a background pattern, and so it's just a little more random, but you're still doing that patterning. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a circle. But this is the basic thing, and I think that's what we're going to start with, Love and Laughter Pirouette instructions. So, I'm going to read this over real quick, and the issue that I always had in my mind is, where do we use these guys? Not the patterns, but this part. Let me show you. Like, where do you know to place your stamps, you know? Ooh, interesting. Oh, okay, no wonder. Well, or what? Hold on. All right, so this is the Pirouette Circle Stamp Alignment Template. Hopefully you can, I don't know where to put this on. Nope, I was gonna say maybe this other side has a white piece of paper. Something like that. Let me... I have a stack of cards. I always keep a stack of cards next to me, so. Pirouette circles. Really cute. I love the little imagery on here. It's adorable. And so it's giving you some alignment information that we're going to have to learn about in just a minute here. This is the Pirouette Spiral. Again, this one's a little bit different, just depending on what stamps you use. I love that. I just like the little imagery on there. This is one piece of paper, because this is basically the meat and potatoes of this thing, the Pirouette Master Template. And so what I did like about this when I saw her demo on HSN is that you move the paper as opposed to moving the platform. So I'm assuming maybe you can use a handheld device. I don't know. I'm still going to use my Crafter's Companion stamping platform because I have that, and it seems like that'll work the best, but I don't know. This is the part. Pirouette background. It says bonus template. To me, it's like, how do you know where to place your stamps, right? So that this works. So that's basically what this is showing you. I know it looks weird, but you know, you place your little stamps, pick them up, and now you can go and do your templating. Hopefully that makes sense. It'll make sense once we start using it. But again, let me read this over, and I'm probably going to be very much doing what she showed here, just so that when you get this home, you can follow along. It's the same kind of thing. But I'll be right back. Okay, not gonna lie, it's a little much. It's not hard, but like I said, we have several things. So this is gonna help you place other things for a different, again, for this kind of thing, right? For a little background that's a complete. So we're not doing that right now. I don't know if I'm gonna do it today. I think I'm gonna do the one, and then maybe I'll follow up with the other guys. So we're gonna use this circle, just the basic one to begin with. And I just cut down a piece of paper just because, I don't know, I just, you know, I was looking at this, the largest circle that, you know, you can kind of put on here is 3 3/4 inch circle. So I did a piece of paper that is 4 1/4 inch because I figured when I go to use it, I like that, what it's leaving on the sides here. But if you want yours bigger, or however, actually, now that I say that, I don't know that you can make it bigger. Maybe later she'll come out with some bigger templates, but for now I'm bringing out my Crafter's Companion 8-inch stamping platform. I haven't used this thing in pretty much ever. I think I've reviewed it and then I haven't really used it. I haven't needed to use it. So I'm gonna turn this over because it stamps like this, squishy, squishy. All right, and then we have these little magnets. Hopefully I can get everything in here. I think once we get it going, I can close in a little bit. But what I'm going to do is, you're supposed to bring this over. It doesn't really matter where it is right now, to be honest, but maybe I'll go ahead and stick it down. I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going to stick this down to. So, oh my gosh. Ugh. I don't like having to pick at things that scratch my nails. Then when you rub it aside from here, it scratches the surface. So like, I don't like that. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess it's better they surface than my nails, so I'm scratching that across there. That's fine. This isn't even straight, but we can move with that in a little bit. You're going to put your Pirouette Master down, and that was the first step. So you put that down. I do have it oriented, so I'm looking at it. I don't even know if that matters. I'm sorry about the glare, but we'll take care of that in just a minute. And then you're supposed to take your Pirouette Circles alignment tool, and we have these little arrows, so we're going to match up the arrows here and here. Pretty much spot on, right? So then you're supposed to take whatever stamp it is that you want to use, and you're going to place it. I don't know if it has to be in a certain spot. It just says, put the tool, place the first stamp according to the size of the circle you chose. Remove the Pirouette Circle Stamp Alignment template. And then you're just going to start stamping. And every time you stamp, you're going to then turn your paper to the next little notch area. We'll talk about that in just a minute. I was gonna make it match hers, but okay. Well, let's make the main flower match hers, and then from there we'll take some liberties. How about that? Just so that you guys. So it's this flower right here. It looks like she was using. Ah, they are photopolymer stamps, and wake me up in the morning. Ah, I love the smell of that. Okay, I know I have issues. Okay, so in her little image, she has it just lined up on there. I don't know that that matters. You know, she just put it to the outer edge. I guess if you really wanted to get a bigger piece of paper, that's when you would... It's just that, see these little notches here? You have to line your paper up with that. So the biggest paper size they have for that is 4 1/4 inches. It just happened to be. I just cut my paper down. I'm like, oh, good thing it has a size for that. So, you know, I'm gonna bring it in here. I'm putting it right in the center. I don't even know if that's what you're supposed to do. If you look at her image, hers is off a little bit to the side. So maybe I'll do that. I'll put it off to the side a little bit. And then you're gonna take your, whatever tool you're using, pick it up, okay? So that's where it's gonna be. That's where we need that stamp to be. Now we can get rid of this. We are going to bring our paper. Again, I cut a 4 1/4 inch piece from a stamping paper. And to help me not have this move, which I don't think it's a problem, every time you move it, you can use your magnet. I am just going to put a little bit of repositionable tape on the back of it. At least that was my idea to do it, and I can't find my tape. Here it is. Hope I haven't lost you guys. It's pretty simple. It's just that you have to kind of take a look and there. So just a little bit of repositionable tape is on the back of that. All right. It just says to put this on here. I guess it doesn't really matter where you start. Turn the cardstock, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm gonna start straight up down the center here. You see that? I'm just lining it up in here. I'm gonna try to get a little bit closer. Hopefully that, I was gonna say gets rid of the glare, but why would it get rid of the glare? I don't know. If I do this, does it get too much darker? Sorry, it's a little bit darker. I can only really get rid of that one. Okay, let's not worry about it. Okay. And am I usually this like, yes I am. See, now we're having, you know what? Glare all the way. Everything's gonna be glaring. That's kind of why I don't use this, to be honest. That's why I don't use glass mats, like, even though I would love to use my glass mat. Okay, let's get started. I have inks that are sitting in front of me. Where are the rest of my inks? I just have tons of bags of Nuvo inks I would like to use because they are fast drying and they're little, like this. So I'll be right back. Laguna, look how pretty this is. I like all the colors in here, so that's what I'm going to use. from a set I picked up a while back. So let's make our flower Panama rose, and then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna turn this over. This is the first time I've used this stamp, and it is photopolymer. So sometimes there's like a dispersion layer, so you know, I like to give it a little, just making sure that that comes off. And all right, guys, that'll be our first stamp. So cute. Okay, so now we're gonna pick up our paper and turn it to the next arrow, which is just here. So I'm gonna line it up there and there. So like I said, I do like that you just turn the paper and not the stamp thing itself. Okay. And then ink this guy up again. So it looks like there's gonna be 8 stampings, I suppose. And this is scary, I don't know why. Stamp it again. So cute! Okay, turn it to the next one, which is, again, back basically straight. So this is gonna take a minute because obviously we're inking. It was really cute when she had the ones with like 3 on the pattern, so that when you do it, you ink, 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 all these different things. Turn. The reason I like this better, and I have other stamping things where you, hold on, am I gonna miss one? I was just gonna say, you don't get lost, right? Because your paper is turning. Anyway, so I'm just gonna keep going. And if I miss one, guess what? We'll just go back to that one that I missed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you can turn your paper again, because I feel like I left the space too big. I didn't do the diagonal. That's what I missed. See? Go back to diagonal, right? I had a feeling. So whenever you are doing this, and let's say you're using the one where you move this, you're moving the platform, and you forget, and you're like, ugh, it just is a little bit trickier to figure that out. Especially depending on how many stamps you have on the thing. So I missed my diagonal on that one. And so now next we did this guy, and now I have to do the diagonal again. And there are 8, so I'm gonna walk through this one. The next one I'll do the first one, and then I'll stamp that off camera. I'm sure you guys would appreciate that. It's very repetitive. Again, flat. So cute. I hope you guys are hanging in there and not like, oh, that looks like too much, I'm out of here. You know, it's not. And again, I've never even seen it in action. I was just like, that sounds cute. So I picked it up. And then here you go. And again, trying to line it up as best we can. I love these inks. So I use the Nuvo hybrid inks, you know, for stamping. So I usually stamp it in black, and I use alcohol ink or water-based inks and go from there. But this is really nice. Okay, she says clean the stamp and put it back. So I'm going to use my sleeve here to clean the stamp and put it back. If you're new to my channel, you're going to think, what is this one? I'm sorry. We're just getting it done, you guys. All right, especially with this one, I have no idea. So this is I might seem a little even more like, what is she doing? So the next thing could be a leaf or whatever it is that you want to put. She put a little flowers in the leaves. So let me do the leaves, I guess. This is what's interesting. I guess after this, you're just doing what you want. That first one, you put the thing down and then you let it kind of, like, you know what I'm saying? This time I can see what it is that I want to do. Let me think here. Where do we want to start? Where do we want to start? So every time I stamp it, it should be in that spot, right? I mean, theoretically, because that's what she says. Now place the next stamp on the stamp platform and repeat the process of stamping and turning the cardstock. All right. That's a big leaf. It's cute, but very big. So that's basically gonna take up that whole spot, you know? Let's do it. Okay. That's what she says on there. It'll take 2 or 3 stamps to fill up your wreath. I'm gonna use the lime burst. And again, same thing. Maybe I should have gone with the darker green because it's gonna blend in pretty well here, but okay. That will be the first stamp. And then again, I'm gonna turn it to flat. Or straight across here. Trying to keep it about where you want it. And then I'm just going to continue going around, turning my paper, trying not to forget the diagonal as I stamp. And I just want to show you that it's just going to be placed in the same spot every time. This is so cute. Oh my gosh, you guys. Once we get the kinks, we're good. You see me? I just was going to go right to flat. Oh, don't forget your diagonal. But if you do, you can always go back like I showed you that first time with my little oopsie. Okay, I'm going to keep inking, stamping, and I'll be back. We're on the last one. I am so sorry about that lighting. Look how cute. It's perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, basically, that fills it up. Do we want to do more like towards the inside in here? You can definitely do that. So what I mean by that is like, okay, let's say, okay, that's cute, but maybe I want to put this little freesia kind of going in here, or lilac, whatever you want to call it, or more leaves. We could have done these leaves because these leaves are particular to that flower, I would say. I just put leaves just to be fun. Or like these little berries, you know? Maybe also add them in with the little... Oh, it's so cute. Huh. I'm trying to see what else is on here. There's little hearts. I kind of want to put another set of little something like this. I don't know if I'm going to go with the yellow, though. I feel like I need to go with a darker color so it doesn't just blend in. You know what I'm saying? If I put that on there. The blue that I was thinking about. And put him like right in there. Oh, okay. So let me clean my stamp. You guys. Ay, ay, ay. All right. So yeah, let's use that. It says Laguna Bay. My daughter has been watching Monster High a lot. She used to like it, you know, when she's little, but she liked the dolls, and they're kind of grown-uppy dolls. So I'm like, eh. There's a girl on there, Laguna Blue. Is that her name? Laguna something. And every time I see that, I always think of her. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, I mean, it's something. So I'm going to keep doing that. Again, I had it flat. This time I'm going to go here and stamp it again. Okay, and I'll continue doing that. And that's just my choice. You know, if you want to put something else, now that you have, basically once you've marked that first stamp, anything else you want to do, it's just going to work. It's just up to you and what your spacing, what you want your spacing to look like, you know? So I'm going to keep doing that. But if you want to put some more in the center or something like that, go for it. All right, I'll be back. On the last one. How cute is that? At first I was like, well, it's a little bit, maybe I shouldn't have put that blue in there. But now that it's there, looks so cute. Okay, this is the last one, and I am having a good time with this. So I'm glad I got it. I know I was a little apprehensive too, just a little scared. But that's all I'm going to do on this one. I think. I think we're good. So again, that was just to make the actual, just your circular pirouette. Super cute. Of course, we're going to build up something here, and we'll do that in just a minute. This one is exactly the same. This guy. You know, if I want to use this, we're going to put this down. This, and it looks really pretty, but it looks also confusing. But hold on. It's the same thing as the pirouette one. Basically, you're just going to, again, on this one, actually, this one's a little funner. Ugh, I wasn't going to do one of these. I was going to skip to this one because this one looks more confusing. What they're saying is to go ahead and put your template there and then line up the center points, of course, as we did. Use the colored spirals to place the stamps in a spiral pattern. Now you have planned the spiral. Remove the stamps that you wish to be a different ink color than your first ink color. And, you know, that's up to you. I think you can probably still keep doing it. As long as you have these little inks, you can just get in there. But it's a really small space in between, so I can see why she's saying that. So, like here, she started off with... leaves, flower, leaf, flower. She removed the flowers, did all the leaves, so you can stamp green, 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 and then she came back in with the inside flower and then back again with the outside flower. So basically you're looking at this and you're like, okay, this is what I want to do. I still have some stamps here. So let's say, and the stamps are facing down, right, guys? So when you pick it up with your placement, it's a little stiff, but it'll work. Like this one is a little bit stiff. And then let's say the next one is this guy. This is the one I want next, so I'm going to line that up on there. And then one last one on the tip, and those are just weird ones that I chose, but let's put this lilac, let's say. Okay, and that's it. So you have this little continuation, and let's say you want them all to be the same color, so it's all green or whatever. Go ahead and pick them up, put your paper down, and start stamping the same way. Just turning, ink it up, stamp. Turn your paper, ink it up, stamp, okay? And then you're going to have like a little... effect that's a spiral, right? Okay, this is the one I'm interested in because this is the part I was trying to understand. I'm like, how are we doing this? So let's do this guy because it's more different than just the spiral and the circle, and I'll be right back. So this one is actually very different, where in the other ones you can, you know, do different measurements of paper. Actually, she has some notes here about that. This one, she says 4 1/4 inch square paper. So I do have that ready to go. And this is what, you know, this is really the one I was like curious about, because you're gonna make a background however you want. This is as freeform as it gets. I should have done, actually now that I think about it, Freeform Friday would be great. Okay. That I have not done a Freeform Friday today because I had other things. You know what? This is Freeform Friday, guys, because it's as freeform as it's gonna get. I didn't even think about it. So, sorry guys, this is it. Okay. This is what's interesting. And I don't know what's going on here. It's kind of scary. It says, place the Pirouette Master template on your platform, which would be this, and secure it. And then it says, put the Pirouette background bonus template over the Pirouette Master template. Unless this is stuck together, which there's no taking this apart. What do you mean put it over? This, do you guys feel me? Do you understand? This is supposed to go on top of this, but they're on back of each other. I don't understand what is going on here. I'm still going to use this side. I have no idea what she means on the other side. So I'm just going to put this down because what else are we going to do? Now, what it does say is that each quadrant should be a different color. So like, you know, kind of the image they're showing here, if you come through and you're like, okay, these are all going to be blue, but it doesn't have to be blue. It can be whatever color you want, whatever colors you're using, but just use the different colors in the different quadrants. So I am going to start with this purple, I guess, because I think that's what she did in the image anyway. And basically everything you put on here, you can change the color. And even when she demoed it on HSN, she had different colors on these pieces because she was like switching out colors to do this. But let's say everything here is purple. And so we're supposed to put things in here in these areas that I suppose fill it up, because it doesn't really say, it just says place a stamp in each color block of that quadrant. So let me look at these. And what I'm trying to say is, like, am I supposed to just fill this area? You know, like that one fits in there. I'm assuming it has to fit within it because these guys, I bet you if you took every single one of these little pieces and put them together, it would make a square. You know what I'm saying? So there's something for each little area. So you got to be careful about that, I guess. Let's say this guy here. And, oh, hold on. Cute. Okay, let's put, I don't know, a little group of flowers here. I think that's all it is. It has to just fit within that area, and then you should be good. And do you want to bring in hearts? Oh, maybe I should, no. So maybe I should do this one with hearts and stars and things. That's kind of odd. Should I? No, because there's only so many of those pieces, you know what I'm saying? We're still going to do florals. Let's just stay with that. And I have one last piece, which I guess would just be like a leaf. This one's pretty big. Oh, yeah, they're giving you examples here, but this is probably for the auto ship because there's like a mushroom and like things that aren't on here. Let's go with a heart. Let's do a heart. Come on. Okay. So I'm going to pick those guys up, and then I'm going to turn this over. Now this, oh, come on. Oh, of course, Vianney. Guys, what did I talk about earlier? That we want to put the stamp, obviously, with the stamp side down. I did the right thing on the heart, but not everything else. Okay. Let's place this back. I'm assuming this is straight. And I think that's why she wanted you to put this on top of that other creator so that you know it's straight. But you know what? It's impossible. So let's just take that off. This is kind of scary because of that reason, you know what I'm saying? Like, this may or may not work for us, guys. We'll see. Let's put that back up there. Put this here. I'm going to the very corners. I have my little piece of paper cut. Let me grab the colors. Well, I guess we'll just use the colors we were using already. Let me just make sure I'm using the right piece of paper too. 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay. Now this time she says to skip every other one. So like when we would stamp it here and then we would turn it to the diagonal, don't do that. You're just going to skip the diagonal. And like I said, I just moved everything, so I have no idea if this is still gonna work. I'm trying to see where we're at with paper placement. That is right at the edge. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be, because I should have, okay. I'm just gonna go for it. I don't care. If it goes off the edge, that's one thing. What I should have done is pay attention to where I placed my guide, this thing, you know, right in the center, and then when I turn it over, place it right in the center. That way it's exactly in the same spot. I was not paying attention to that at all, so this might be a disaster. We'll see. Let's start with rose color. What I'm trying to say is you don't have to make everything one color. Like right now, if I wanted this pink, but you know, I want this to be green when I get there, you know, do that. But what's going to happen is when you come in with other greens, maybe they're too close together. Now you have two areas where green is really close, so it's just easier to keep the colors separate. But you can do whatever you want, obviously. Okay. Here we go. Oh, see? That's already, sorry, this way. Here we go. We're just going to go for it. Okay, there's one. We're going to skip the middle. You go to the next one. So you only stamp it 4 times, which is nice. Again, all pink. That's what I chose. This is really, I don't know why it says to put the, okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. I was really excited about the little pirouette, the circle, that was great. This definitely needs to be 2 things, because guess what? When we go to switch to the next color, we're gonna have to switch this over again, lay down the ones we want, put it back, and hopefully they're in the right place. And that is kind of a bummer. Something happened. Something happened here, people. Not there. We're gonna skip to the next one. Those 2 pieces it should be a clear piece like this, right? So how come it's not? And even in the instructions, that's what she said. Maybe drop her a little message and see if we can get that template sent. I don't know. That's so weird. Okay. Because those would work great if it was that easy, right? Okay, we're going to the next one. Not there. We're going to go here. Okay. And having done this and knowing that we need to line these up, even though that other piece should be a clear transparent piece, what I'm going to do is just continue using this thing. The thing that's a bummer is I did not even line that up to begin with. Okay. So this is great. I mean, that's cute, a little pattern background, but if we want to make it what we need to, what I'm going to do is remove these things. I'm kind of eyeballing that the very center obviously was here. And you see, I'm just above that. That's going to be a bummer. What I'm going to have to do is, well, what's weird is her arrows are obviously different than this. So what I am doing is I'm about 1 inch in, right? And then 3/4 of an inch over here, 3/4 of an inch here, and 1 inch here. So 1 inch, 3/4, 3/4. Okay, let's try to remember that. I don't have a dry erase or something like that. I don't want to mark it with anything else. So 1 inch, 3/4, 3/4. Okay, let's just do that. I'm gonna leave my little paper on there if it'll stay. That's fine with me. I'm just gonna turn this over. 1 inch, 3/4 and 3/4 about. Okay. Now we're gonna go with the next color. Okay, so I think we might have fixed that problem, but you're gonna have to use something that has a grid, you guys, because why would they say they have a clear stamp and then they don't? Okay, I'm gonna take off these little pieces. We might use them again in a little bit, but for now I'm just gonna put them to the side here. All right, guys. Again, so this time everything should be green, I guess. Which is kind of odd, but let's do leaves. Like this one, maybe in here. It is sticking out of the sides. I don't know. Again, facing down. There we go. This one here. I don't know. This is too big for that area. I think we're gonna start losing the plot here, you guys. And then green. More greenery. I don't know. There, let's just do that. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring this over, pick it up, and put this back again. Turn this over again. And the paper being moved doesn't really matter. Again, an inch from the edge, an inch from here, 3/4 and 3/4. Okay, I would have no problem with this if we had a clear plastic template, but now I'm scared. So we're gonna start here. It doesn't really matter, I suppose, as long as it's just these guys, not the diagonals that we're using, right? Don't want to start switching that up now. And I'm gonna use the green again. We have greenery here. And this might be as much as I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna fill up the whole thing. I don't know, I always say that and then I keep going. I just don't feel like doing that work again. See, this leaf is gonna be on top of that. What is going on? Maybe it has to be this way. Okay, no, that's still way off. All right, guys. I'm not gonna spend any more time trying to figure this one out. But that's a real bummer. There must be something I'm doing wrong. It has to be me. Let me see. Turn, yes. And then clean the remove stamps. Fill the color blocks of the next quadrant with stamps, ink, and turn this set of stamps in all 4 corners. Clean and remove the stamps. Continue with process 2 other quadrants. This is, I'm going to say, very much impossible or difficult to do. I mean, I could stamp it. It's just going to stamp off the edge, and I guess that's fine. But I'm not going to take any more time to do any more of it. So there's that one. See, it's stamped off, which is fine because you can wash it. But this is not ideal. I might send an email. I might try, or maybe on her YouTube channel. I don't want to. I don't like people. You know, when people put something like, "Hey, this is," you know, on YouTube. It's better to be a little more personal about it. But I don't know, you guys. I'll watch the video. But this is the thing. Her demo, she already had it set up, so it's like, oh, okay. Well, that must be nice. This is very weird. I am gonna go check it out, and you guys can let me know what you think, if you have it, or if I'm just completely blowing this one, and you can tell me that in her video she goes over it, which I think she does, because the video, I believe, is really long. So, this is just me trying it out. Please don't take this or hold this against whatever they're doing there, because that first couple sets is great. This right here is a pain. If I had a clear thing, just like these other ones, no problem. Because you wouldn't have to flip it back and forth and remember where you were and, you know, how the images have to stay in there or not. Sorry, guys. And I was like, okay, I'll make a little card. And now I'm just like, ugh. It's not bad. You see it's lining up. It is going off the edge. That's my only issue at this point. I'm going to try it once more with a different color again. I'm going to move this since I know kind of where I put these things. And we'll see what happens. Again, I know that leaf I put down was going off, wasn't quite in the spot, right? Within the spots, that might be why it came off the page. So again, that's me. But, okay, we have those. So I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna use this quadrant here this time. And maybe we'll use like this tiny heart, because it fits in this space, again, facing down. And then maybe the flower again in a different color, because, right, that's another thing we can do. Again, facing down. My goodness, why do I keep forgetting to face it down? A bigger heart? Well, see, this is what's weird. I feel like you kind of have to fill that in. Another little set of flowers here. And oh, geez, I don't know. Okay, let's do another heart, and we'll put it in here. I don't know. And they're just facing different ways. I thought that'd be fun. And this lilac. Maybe it'll fit in there okay. All right. Take these other guys off. I'll do one more set and see how that works. We're gonna keep trying, guys. It's just not fun to have to like figure this. Yeah. Okay. Let's turn this around. All is forgiven if we are sent a transparent full background guy. Then I'll be happy. And that'll be it. Okay, let's see. And again, I feel like this has to start in this top corner just to see what's going on. So see, that heart is way off. This is... maybe I'm supposed to turn... I don't know. All right, let's see. Hold on. I'm not even going to do this one. I can see where it has space. Like this is going to be in here, this is going to be here, and that's fine, you know? But the heart is like completely out. So I have a feeling that heart is supposed to be like in the center or something. No, that wouldn't even work. I don't know, guys. I'm stumped. All right, I'm going to leave this one the way it is. Hopefully we can get a transparent one that we can then keep using. I have a feeling we're supposed to keep rotating. That doesn't make any sense. There goes that one. That's what I'm thinking. I have no idea. Like when we go to line this up later, just says fill the color blocks with the next quadrant. Turn the cardstock 90 degrees. Yes, yes, yes. All that. Clean and remove the stamps out. Blocks the next quadrant with stamps, ink, stamp, and turn this set of stamp in all four corners, just like before. The problem is that we have to keep flipping this and doing weird stuff that... And she's showing that it will stamp off the edge, which is fine. But like this one's now interfering with that one. That one's on top of that one. Something's not right. I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me see if I can pull together something to at least finish off this one. And hopefully what we'll do is that she'll give us some kind of something to make this work. You know what I'm saying? If you had the clear template and you weren't flipping back and forth, great. We're good to go. But for some reason... You know why I don't like this kind of video? Because I feel like there's probably something and I'm just missing it, but I don't think so. Okay. How pretty though. And I guess if you wanted to, you can come in and fill in these other spots with your own stamp in your hand, right? Just to not waste this one, at least. Let me clean up and get centered and I'll be right back. Okay, not to be a dead horse, but I'm telling you, look, I'm like, maybe it's stuck on here. It is one piece. And the instructions clearly, this is gonna drive me nuts until I get some kind of help here. It literally says put the Pirouette background bonus template, which is this, over the Pirouette master template, lining up the center points, secure in place. That is impossible to do as they are on opposite sides of the same paper. Okay, I'll be back. I just have a little card base here. It's 4.5 inch square, so this was 4 1/4. So again, 4.5 by 9, and then scored at the 4.5 mark. And I'm just gonna stick that down. I'm sorry, I kind of feel bad about this one. I don't know. Hopefully there'll be some kind of remedy, because that's all it needs. That's all we need, just to be sent a little transparent thing that goes over it. I know they've done that in the past. I remember Anna Griffin, I think she had granddaughter spelled wrong or something in one of the stamp sets, and so she sent us just that stamp, right? And it usually comes from HSN. And a couple other times things like that happened, or even when they recall something, they either have you ship it back or they give you your money back, you know, knowing that it's recalled or whatever. So I hope for this one they can just send us a little something. I don't want to return it. I like the idea. I like the auto ship. So like, this makes me like very sad. You know, us crafters, we get like, so what I'm going to do just to finish off the card is just kind of like an idea that they have here, but mine's a square. So I'm just going to, there's a lot of white in here, but you know, I guess I'll still keep it up. I'll just stamp this with this cute little heart frame. And you know what? I will stamp it in black, even though that's very glaring for this. I think it'll be okay. Let's get this thing. And I guess I could have still used my stamping platform, but I hate that glare it gives us, so I can't do that. Memento ink, VersaFine, VersaFine. Where are you, baby? Let's see here. Not Versamark, VersaFine. I used it the other day, and I put it right back here, and for some reason she's always like hard for me to spot. Is it because I don't know what it is? She's here. Let me grab her. I'm telling you, she was right for my face, but it was like this, so I don't know why. So VersaFine ink, as you can see, it is just rich and amazing and one of my favorite inks in the world, but it does take a minute to dry, which is kind of a pain. I want to say it's like an oil-based ink. I don't know. Brings out the details. Perfect for use for watercolors, which would make sense, right? Because I probably don't need a piece of paper this big and lovely, but that's what I'm going to use. And it just stamps so nice. And I guess if I really wanted to, I could just top this with a little embossing powder. Maybe I'll do that. That takes all of 2 seconds. I just want to make sure I'm stamping this good. Woo! Okay, I will hit it with some embossing powder real quick. If this is the first video you have seen on my channel, I apologize. Where I am, just kind of go with it, you know. It's not usually this, just go with it, especially when something doesn't work. I try to make it work, and that it was not happening, so what are you gonna do? Okay. Hopefully you can see how much of the powder will just stick to it, because VersaFine, it's not a pigment ink, even though pigment inks will do the same thing. This is just some super fine detail Ranger embossing powder, which is my go-to. I love it. It just takes a while to dry, again. But you will let it dry, and then you can use it with watercolors or water-based markers or whatever. And I'm just gonna hit it with my heat tool, and I'll be back. Again, with a heat tool, you are just waiting for it to change color or to come to consistency and then move on. If you stay in one spot too long, it will flatten out and it won't be as pretty. I promise you that. Because it'll just like seep through your paper. It's so weird. So, sorry about the yelling, but here we go. And this is working up way faster than I thought. I'll be right back. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. What I'm trying to say is you want to be there long enough for it to obviously melt and get puffy, but because there's definitely a spot where if you keep moving, it's not at its point yet of getting puffy, you know what I'm saying? But if you keep going, it just starts seeping into your paper and it'll just like melt away. So, you know, it's nothing you should be afraid of, but once you get it a little bit, and then it also depends on the brand. Some brands will just do that almost immediately. They just become like this weird, seepy, I don't know. But again, my Ranger is really great. I think Zap, what's it called? Zap? Another company that does a lot of embossing inks. They have a heat tool. I have their heat tool. I just can't think of the name right now. I want to say it's Zap. Okay, so we have this guy. And depending on how hard it is to see through, I think that's pretty easy actually. You can cut an aperture, especially since it has so many ups and downs. I should cut an aperture for this guy. I should cut it from this thing because I'm never going to... I should cut it from this. But no, it's okay. I'll find another scrap of paper. There's some paper scrap right here. All right. What I'm going to do is trim this down. I'm so sorry, guys. I wish a lot of times when something... I think that's the thing. I feel like, oh, it's my fault that that's not working. And I should be able to show you guys, you know, how... And if I thought about it longer, I'd probably figure it out, because if you keep the number, then you know, turn it over and it's always the same. You know, like, we can probably figure it out. I don't think it should take that much work. And I think there's a problem, because obviously the instructions were written for you having a clear one to put on top, which was not there. So, yeah. If that was a clear one to put on top, no problem. I think we could work it out. But oh well. Here we go. Oh, I don't know why I put the marquee away. I'm going to use it again right this next minute. Oh, I guess we could drop shadow with this guy if you wanted to. But my whole thing was just to get this. And actually, you guys, it fits back in there really nicely. No problem, but we need to tape that. Am I going to be discombobulated the rest of the day? I think I'm going to finish today and no more videos. Because I'm going to keep thinking about this until it gets resolved, I'm telling you. Okay. So that is right exactly where it needs to be. And now I need to line this up. Where are we? Like here? That felt very weird. Okay. Open it up and see, that's much better. And I can see, oh, how cute is that? Adorable. That's what I'm telling you. I really want this to work. I really want this to work. So hopefully we'll get some kind of resolution on that. I'm going to keep holding this. I probably should have just had a piece of tape ready. So what happens is you tape this down and you hope and pray it doesn't move, because you just made yourself a nice aperture to help you cut that out. Now what I'm trying to see is if I have enough space for all these papers to fit in here. Pretty much all of it except for this piece. So I will rip that piece off. Yeah, you guys. You know, We had, oh, the tonic launch today. Wonderful. The kit is gorgeous. I'm telling you, this last month, you know, I get the things early so I can work on them. And then spellbinders, tonic, I couldn't say nothing. I'm like, ah, they're so pretty or so cute or so fun. Like all these different things. I was really excited about it. So I'll keep playing with those things. I have a really cute video. I probably won't release it today for spellbinders. Actually, let me show you that so you guys can feel like this lady. I guess she knows what she's doing sometimes. Let me show you the thing real quick. Look at that. So cute. It's this card I made with the spellbinder stuff, you guys. I came up with that, put it all together, used the mechanism from the large die. So cute. And now I just spoiled it, but there's that. Hopefully tomorrow you guys will see that one. We have our little friend. Look how cute it looks when the black is very crisp. I love it. And then we have the word love. And there's a stamp here for it. So I'll go ahead and cut that out. Wouldn't it be nice to do it in black? Oh well. I'm just going to stamp it. Do I have room on here? Do I have enough room here to be chintzy? I think I do. Alright. VersaFine. Very much wash this. If you need to use alcohol or like a wipe or something better like that, do it, because this will, you know, it'll be on there and it's not what you want to keep on there all the time. I'll stamp it in that pretty pink. I'm into this Panama Rose. Very pretty. Oh, I guess it depends on when you're watching this. Tonic also has their new weekend bundles that are like Mother's Day related. So they're really, really pretty colors. Very soft, gentle, gorgeous stuff. I'm going to give myself some room for a die. And I kind of look like it looks a little bit rustic. You saw how I kind of wiped it on there? Looks kind of cool. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out same way. I'm going to use an aperture because I just want to make sure that I can pop this out really the correct way. But see, you can kind of see through there. Honestly, I don't even think I'm going to do it. Well, yeah, a lot of times I'll fake myself out. I'm like, oh, I can see it. But then it's like crooked when we do it. So I'll still take the time to do an aperture and then cut it out. And I'll be back. Okay, so I put some sticky dimensional on the back of this one already. And, oh, I do want to point out that there is a stamp in here that's really cute that can go right in the center there. Like this one, there are no words, just love. You can stamp that in there and then put this and be done. That's really cute. I do like that one. And I hear my timer going off that I gotta go pick up Miranda from school. But there we have the little love. And look at that. So what I'm gonna do is barely put glue on this wherever it needs it so it can stay where I want to put it. I think it's gonna be on the very edges. And if it even does that. Let's see here. Ooh. Very, very, very gentle there. All right. That's it, guys. So we will try to figure it out. I really like the kit. I like what it does, what it's supposed to do. Something's up. We will figure it out. I guess I could have drop shadowed that too. Ooh. Well, anyway. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.